It is the 41st millennium. For 10,000 years, the Imperium has dominated the galaxy. There is only war. Every human soul, from the most highborn lord to the most basic servitor, is dedicated to the service of the God Emperor of mankind. The Imperium's battle fleets and armies, from the conscripted soldiers of the Astra Militarum to the elite space marines of the Adeptus Astartes, keep humanity safe from alien threats and cosmic horrors beyond imagining. But there is another war. It is the one in which I serve.
Commence war translation.
Not one of battlefields and fleet engagements. It is waged by the dedicated agents of the Imperial Inquisition. It is fought in the cities and hives of the Imperium. In the back streets and the forgotten sublevels. In hive cities like Tertian.
We are surrounded! Don't get overrun!
For if the Inquisition fails, if we fail, the Imperium falls with us.
Hello everyone, welcome back. And in today's video, I'll be talking about how Darktide truly sold me on Warhammer 40k. Now, as I have said in the previous video, Darktide wasn't the first thing that got me into 40k. It was Bricky's every Warhammer 40k faction explained from 4 or 5 years ago. And from there, I of course said that I was loosely into 40k, but was still looking into it further, was more hooked on it, thanks to Bricky's content. Now, with that, shortly after that video, and shortly after I was exposed to that video, I had heard about Darktide. And seeing as to how I was already familiar with Vermintide, and how I played Vermintide 2, I was already interested in the game. For what little time I spent on Vermintide 2 on the Xbox One and a little bit on PC through Steam, I was already interested in Darktide. Well, fast forward to roughly a year after its launch, after Darktide's release, I finally got the game. It kind of fell on the back burner for me, wasn't immediately on my mind, but when getting into it, that opening cutscene, on top of the gameplay, the score, the visuals, the design, characters, even if at the time and even as of recording, before the Arbitrator and the free update alongside it come out, was lacking, everything sold me. The first 2.5 minutes sold me on Warhammer. It sold me on the Imperium, more than I had known from the memes and what little lore I was exposed to at that point. That truly sold me on Warhammer 40k, the setting, not the tabletop, just the world, even if it is from only the perspective of the Imperium of Man. Now, with regards to the music, the score, the soundtrack for Darktide is absolutely superb and oddly fitting for a Left 4 Dead style game, set in the bowels of a hive city of Tertium on the planet of Atoma. When I say it's strange, like it's oddly fitting, it's more of the sense of it's this synth techno music mixed with church organs and choir music, and it's fitting for what the Imperium is. It's fitting aesthetically for what the Imperium is. It's a gothic, highly religious, holy sites abound, but yet also an abundance of industrial tubing and pipes and underbelly parts, as shown in the B-roll here. And to further along state this video is more or less unscripted. What little bit of script or keynotes I had to follow, I just finished with. This all purely comes down to just feeling what Darktide means for me as a game, and how I, along with many other people in the Darktide specifically Darktide community, and probably in the broader Warhammer community as a whole, am excited for the future of this game. I'm excited to see where the story goes, seeing as it's going to be restructured with the introduction of the Arbitrator. I'm interested to hear the new music, the new score that's going to be added, and undoubtedly, to Darktide. And I hope that things continue to get better for the game. I hope that balance with regards to weapons and skills get better, or at the very least just don't get worse. And I hope that the Arbitrator as a class isn't something that is so starkly overshadowed by what has already existed in the game, but isn't so dominant and powerful to the point where if you don't have access to the Arbitrator, if you don't buy the DLC, you're out of luck. So, once again, this is a completely shorter script, voiceover, however you want to say this. This is more from the heart. I may not be an authority on Darktide as a game. I haven't played it since launch. I don't know from first-hand experience the woes of the old skill tree system, or poor perk balance or blessing balance for weapons. No, I can't speak on that. But from what I can speak on, from what I know, from what I've experienced, Darktide as a game was what truly sold me on Warhammer. Thank you all for watching and listening. Hope all of you have a wonderful day. Feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below what your thoughts and opinions are on Darktide.